their support by checking out these events.
You asked me what I went through on that road through hell that brought me back to you. I told you war can change a man. It broke your heart, but you tried to understand. You wish you were there for me, but baby, can't you see that you were there? In that picture in my pocket, I carried everywhere. Yeah, you were there. On those burning battlefields and in my prayers. Yeah, you were there. When the desert moon began to rise, if I could find a quiet moment in the fight, I'd read your letters, every one of them. And they gave me hope I'd kiss your lips again. You wish you were there for me, but baby, can't you see that you were there? In that picture in my pocket, I carried everywhere. Yeah, you were there. On those burning battlefields and in my prayers. Yeah, you were there. And I know you fight battles of your own, and there are days that you struggle to stay strong. But I'm here for you, 'cause you were there. In the night you're close to me, you pull me back when my dreams take me to dark places over there. And I thank God that you were there. Yeah, you were there. You were there.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds.
Hi, my name is Doug. I'm the president of Guardians of the Purple Heart, and we are a 501c3 approved nonprofit organization based here in southeastern Connecticut that specializes in obtaining items or services for Connecticut combat wounded veterans that aren't being met by other organizations like the VA. So what we like to think is where the VA or these other establishments have to leave off because of their corporate red tape and limitations, we can come in behind them and fulfill these needs by reaching out to the community, working with our vast network of supporters, and just coming together as a whole and supporting these Purple Heart recipients and improving their overall quality of life. A lot of people ask us, how do they get involved and how do they join in on the fun with us? A lot of things you could do. Follow us on Facebook, #1, Instagram, Twitter. Go to our website at gotph.org. You can send donations, send us a message, spread the word of what we're doing. All the Connecticut Purple Heart recipients, we are out there trying to make a difference in their lives. So please give us a hand and join in on the fun.
Hey, this is Texas singer-songwriter Sergeant Scotty Frazier, proud to have served in the United States Marine Corps and now proud to serve with music. I am honored to be interviewed by and partner with Fubar Studio, the best in military and veteran supporting podcasts. Check them out, and thank you for your service for our American heroes. Also check out scottyfrazier.com for more of my music, and check us out on Spotify, Amazon, and where all good things are streaming. Semper Fi, rock and roll.
Bring your appetite down to Big Belly Cafe, 140 Gore Street, Webster, Mass. for curbside, takeout, and indoor seating. Visit BigBellyCafe.com to view their hours, menu, and order online. For reservations, please call ahead at 508-949-2433. Follow Big Belly Cafe on Facebook for weekly and daily specials. And remember, all veterans receive a discount for their recognition of service. Big Belly Cafe. Reedy's Archery, located in Middleborough, Mass. at 121 Wood Street, and has become the one-stop pro shop for competitive target archers and bow hunters from New England. Reedy's is open Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to visit reedysarchery.com and follow them on Facebook to keep up with upcoming events. Reedy's Archery, dedicated to the archer. Wolf Aviation Network is the only flight school in the area utilizing the Airwolf Simulator AATD and the specialized Part 61 training program designed to save students money while increasing safety and efficiency. Creating safe pilots is our first priority. Our flight sim is the perfect training device. It is designed to prepare students adequately before taking flight in our aircraft. Fly with us and save money. Wolf Aviation. Reserve your spot at 413-563-1929 and visit wolfaviationnetwork.com.
This is what we train for, every day.
We just received new intel that there's an enemy presence at the airstrip compound.
All those years. When you're the first to arrive, it's not enough to be ready. You have to be relentless. It's our job to control the ground and the sky, wherever they may meet. even behind enemy lines. They call us one-man air traffic control towers, but we're more than that.
Ivy Lima Charlie, break. Airfield is stable. You are clear to land.
We turn hell into an airstrip. And clear the way for others to follow.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode. I'm your host Doug, and today we've got a special guest with us today. He is straight out of Texas. His name is Tucker Hart. He is a music artist. So before we get into it, I just wanted to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors, all of our supporters. Definitely thank you everybody for checking us out last week, and be able to jump in on the music and be able to jumping on last week for the podcast. But without further ado, I want to definitely dive right in with Tucker Hart and introduce him, and I'm going to have you take it away, Tucker, and just give us a little background of who you are, where you're at, and the music you play, man.
Well, thanks for having me on, Doug. I really appreciate you and your interest in what I'm doing. I was born and raised in Lake City, Texas, which is a town south of Houston, north of Galveston. And I had a life-changing disability set in. I had a heart attack hit and strep in my spine at the same time. And from there, I lost the ability to walk. I went from a cane to a 4-point walker to a wheelchair. I started having multiple seizures a week. I developed a movement disorder, and things got so bad that my wife had to change me. She had to feed me. I had to teach myself how to walk again because we couldn't afford physical therapy. And so in February of this year, I was diagnosed with spastic paraplegia, which is a neurodegenerative brain disease, which is going to slowly take away my walking. So I use 2 arm crutches now and a walker, Texas Ranger. No, but yeah. So back in, I decided to start using music as a way to help me heal through all the stuff I've been through. And back in February 20th of 2020 was the first time I ever played for anyone. And of course, the world went sideways after that. But I started doing free shows. I love playing for nursing homes. And so I decided, we're all on lockdown. I was thinking about all the residents of nursing homes and memory care facilities and assisted living facilities. So I started doing free Zoom shows just as a way, John Prine wrote a beautiful song called Hello in there. And I just kind of took on that idea of, hey, we're separated, but we can still connect thanks to the technology that we have nowadays.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that was that. I got to say that time frame definitely during the COVID really kind of hit us all, and I think it also kind of hit. It also, it really hit the music industry on being out there to perform and still do the things that they enjoy doing. That was a big hit for a lot of people, but also it was another big hit to family members and not be able to see their loved ones that are living in the nursing homes and be able to see them in like the hospital settings. It was
right.
Like you drop your loved one off at the front door, and we'll see you when we call you, and it's like,
yeah,
wow, that's gonna be kind of hard,
right?
And it's great that you guys in the music industry started to thinking about that and really gearing it towards playing for these for these people, the elderly people, and then also playing for anybody that was tuning in on the Zoom, or if they're tuning in on social media, which I know a lot of music artists were doing that, which I think even Garth Brooks was doing. He started his own little Garth Brooks kind of show that he was putting on every week, that he was performing and stuff like that at his home. Which again, that's just a big step into the right direction of trying to keep everybody kind of not insane, so it's like you're keeping them sane by playing it, and keeping them from going insane to going cuckoo out there.
Right.
So it's like it's a big thing, and it's very commendable that you were playing for these nursing homes, and letting these people. Yeah, you're welcome, and just to be able to enjoy it. You probably got a lot of feedback from a lot of these people, even from the nursing staff. I would.
Yes. It's amazing, especially when someone. There was a resident. She had pretty severe dementia, and so when we were able to go back into the facilities, I was playing there, and I started singing an Elvis song, I think it was. And she was nonverbal, non-responsive. She sat in her wheelchair and just kind of looked down. But I started singing an Elvis song, and she looked up, made eye contact with me, and started singing. And the staff was like, "Oh my gosh!" I couldn't believe how she came to life. And of course, I started crying, but I got pulled together, Tucker. But it was such a powerful instance, and it forever changed my motivation of why I'm doing this and help me push forward.
Yeah.
Just if I can help some people just remember some good times in their life. I play classic country and western from the 1940s to the 1970s, and I write new songs, but in that old style. So it's been a huge blessing to be able to go in front of people and just help them remember, growing up, and these wonderful tunes that we still have today, and being able to share that out in public and for them to hear it live, it's really special.
Yeah. As you're saying, it's like you go from the 1940s to the 1970s music. You were playing, you were also saying that you were playing to that the older lady that had dementia, that was nonverbal. Do you remember what song that was off the top of your head?
Can't Help Falling in Love.
Man.
Yeah.
That I'll tell you, my grandparents loved Elvis. My grandfather played,
Oh, really?
Yeah, my grandfather used to dress up and play, go out and do those like the little, not carnivals, but fairs, and he would be with
wow.
like two people, and they would be like singing. And
That's so cool.
My grandfather had that deep throat that he would always be like, kind of, ooh. I'm like, yeah, I don't have that deep throat, and he's like, yeah, he talks like this, and I'm like,
beautiful.
But he would also do the, I would say, because he would also wear like the black jeans, white t-shirt, rolled up sleeves with the,
like rockabilly stuff.
Yes, and it would have almost like the pack of cigarettes in his sleeve.
You got to,
because that's. I mean, my grandfather also was always smoking at this time, and he would always say, "Oh, I'm going to quit smoking when it goes to $2 or $3, $7."
Oh boy, nowadays.
and then my grandmother said, "Forget about it." She started turning all of his ashtrays into flower pots.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
It made him stop.
Great.
But what would be one of the, I would say, what artists really got you into, what artists really did you focus in when you first started playing and all that?
Well, I'd say John Prine means the absolute most to me as far as musicians and lyric content. When I was about 15 years old, thereabouts, there's a station down here called 90.1 KPFT. And my dad was working carpentry at the time, and he was building cabinets out in the garage. And so he called me down. He was working. He stopped working on the cabinets for just a moment, called me out in the garage and said, "Son, I want you to listen to this song. It's called Hello in There by John Prine." And so, he walked out to go get a drink, and he's going to be back. And so back in that day, grunge was king.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no other music I felt was even worth my time listening to. But John Prine started singing, and that was the first time that I really understood the power of music and what it can do. And it just struck such a deep chord with me with what he was singing about and the passion within his lyrics. And my dad walked in, and of course I was sitting there crying, but I blamed it on the sawdust and told him he needed to clean up his garage. But hearing that made such an impact on me that I remember going into my bedroom, like blasting Foo Fighters, Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, something.
Yeah.
And I climbed in my closet with a little transistor radio and I put my earbud in and dialed into 90.1, so I could try to find this song again and find others like it. But I couldn't be caught dead listening to my dad's music, so I tried to hide it. But I would have to say John Prine really taught me the amazing power that music has.
Yeah, that's good because again, it's I remember that song Hello. Yeah, that's crazy because again, I also grew up on Led Zeppelin, AC/DC.
Oh yeah.
But then I got in. I was born in '84, but then I also was listening to the '90s music, which would go into like Nickelback, Matchbox 20, Chumbawamba.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Geez, I'll tell you, it was Psalm 41. Got into that stuff, and then kind of migrated into I was into like listening to a lot of stuff, but I was also listening into like country music, the Allman Brothers.
Oh yeah.
To Hank Williams Jr. Kenny Chesney, Mark Chestnut, Garth Brooks, to Toby Keith when he started coming out. He was like the first one to have an F650, I think it was, or 750, big truck, pickup truck, but it was the dualies in the back, fully lifted,
right,
looking like a tractor trailer
yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
And then again, it was back to the also listened to the 60s because again, my grandfather, that's what he enjoyed listening to.
Right.
So again, it was that, and then Elvis Presley. Because my grandparents always loved Elvis Presley. It was like a for sure thing. That's what my grandmother loved. Christmas, even when it came to it. So it was always like that kind of music, and it was nice. And it's nice that you took your whole thing of going into being into like during your time of the disabilities and stuff like that you were going through, and to be able to focus on music to be able to push you along, because that's that's one of the key things to keep you going when you're going through a tough time like that, and have to relearn how to walk and stuff.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you're still continue to still do things as you're making the joke regarding the Walker Texas Ranger. It's that's great that you have a sense of humor for it to be able to enjoy that.
Oh yeah.
You
Well,
know?
since I started using these arm crutches, I got stuff ready to dress as Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad. I mean, because you got to have some fun with it, or else you'll go crazy, you know. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I try to find the humor in things when I can, just because you know, it might make someone laugh or joke or kind of if it brightens up their day. I mean, it helps me kind of. It doesn't hurt as much, I guess I would say. You know, if I just focus on just the negative, on what I've been through and what I'm going to be going through, I just lose my mind. So if I can brighten up the day and do stuff like that, it helps a ton. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, you're talking about the Breaking Bad. I mean, do you ever get where you go into like as one of the episodes of like Breaking Bad, where he was in the son was in the at a what that was a clothing store, and the kids were out there making, you know, the bullies were out there making fun of him, saying, "Oh, look at me! I need undies. Let's try these undies on." And then here comes Walter White, you know, boom, knocks the kid like lays right out, just because he's talking about his underwear and stuff like that, and just want to make sure it's not too tight. No, you know, even my nephew, he has a disability, I'll tell you, and he'll be the first one to tell you, like, I don't have a disability, I don't care, because he was dying,
Right.
he has cerebral palsy, and
Oh,
he
Lord.
walks with the crutches, but he's like he will be the first one to like just start just like throwing the jokes out there, because I mean, if you can't just laugh about life, you know, then you're gonna go through it kind of a little hard.
Absolutely.
And you're just gotta be able to just laugh at the whole situation, the whole aspect of stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, I'll be another one to tell you. I mean, even when I was a kid growing up, I was a fat, chunky kid. I mean, I was called, you know, every name in the book about how much I weighed, and you know, and calling me Shamu, and you know, lard ass, and fat fuck, and all these other names. I just started laughing at it. I'm like, dude, it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's life. But I'm the one. I got the last laugh, because here I am today, and I'm still, you know, I'm 6'2", and I, you know, weighing decent, but I don't look like it. I may be that fat kid that, you know, that has the jelly rolls and stuff like that. You know, and still eating the ho-hos and the ding-dongs and all that. But I'm not, you know, anywhere near what some of these kids look like. Even for instance, my brother. My brother he used to be the skinny mini, looking like a toothpick. If I showed you a picture of what he looked like, it would be like, holy cow. And if I show you a picture of him now, it's like, wow, what happened? Did he eat 3 of himself?
Does he listen to your podcast?
Oh, absolutely, and he does, and I always I gotta rag on him now, because I'm like, dude, I'm like, I mean, look at this, I'm like half your size now, you know, you're like 3 times me, you know, what the hell happened? And he's like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, yeah, cat got the tongue. You know, or for you got the whole dining room table full of pies, you know, in your mouth. So it's kind of hit you. Man, it's but it's great. It's we look back and we laugh at it. It's great, you know. But and he's still a year older than me. You know, he still does some Chinese torture crap to me, where he puts his knees to my arms and just and I'm like, yeah, it's okay, I'll take that little beating, but you know, it's just because you weigh too much, I can't get you up off me. You know, so it's great, great. You know, I know as we were talking, you know, you've got friends, people that I know, like Scotty Frazier, Malachi, stuff like that. You know,
Great
you
people.
guys, yeah, absolutely. Those guys are absolutely awesome. I enjoy listening to them and talking to them. I know, were you just playing, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you and Scotty Frazier were just playing somewhere just recently down there in Texas, weren't you?
I was just playing the Texas Lone Star Rally. I played last 3 days of it. It's the largest biker event in North America, and I had a great time. I had such a great time. You know, bikers are some of the kindest, most respectful people, and they get such a bad rap. I was I was playing on Sunday, and this homeless man came up on a bicycle. Looked like he had quite a bit to drink, but he was loving. I think I was playing a Marty Robbins song. But he came right up to the stage and asked me if I knew Hank Williams or Johnny Cash or something like that. So he just started calling them out, and I just started playing for him, and it was so great seeing the joy that he got. And he went and sat on the lawn, and then suddenly he was surrounded by people. I thought, oh man, they're going to kick him out. No, dude, they took him up by his arms, picked him up, sat him at a table, fed him brisket and tea, and just hung with him. I was like, man, he's taking, these bikers are taking better care of people than a lot of churches, which is a sad reality. But they were just really, really cool. It was my first time there. Welcomed me like I've been there for decades, you know. And it's really, really great. I had a fantastic time.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I'll be another one to testify to that, because bikers do take care of, you know, a lot of people, and people kind of, you know, there are some bikers that give other bikers bad names. You know, we're not gonna point elbows or whatnot, or down anybody, because again, that's not who we are. But with bikers being said, bikers are the first ones to open up their wallets and say, how much do you need? How much money do you need as a donation? Tell me. And they'll be the first ones to write a check. They'll be the first ones to say, here you go. You needed help. Boom. There it is. You know, I'll be another, I mean, as speaking to it is like, I broke down on the side of the road. People that were driving past me didn't even stop. I had a guy stop, and who also was a biker but stopped in a pickup truck, turned around, said, "Hey, stay there, don't go nowhere. I'm going to get some help. We're going to get you loaded up and get you back to where you need to go."
Wow.
They loaded me up. They got me to where I needed to go to get fixed. They brought me to their place where they like a little club, the house they have, and they paid. They did a collection plate like a church, and donated me all the money that they got out of that collection. Which took care of me to fix the bike immediately.
Man, that's incredible.
And I didn't ask for it. They did it out of the kindness of their heart. It was like, wow, dude. And so I turned around and I'm like, I came back like a couple months later and I said, I want to pay it forward, you know, from what you guys did. You have someone else that you guys do that needed help. Let me know. I want to help. Boom.
Right.
I turned around and I ended up donating I think it was like $250. It was less than what I got, but it was, you know, to get someone else taken care of. Because again, bikers are the first ones to rally around a lot of people and say, what do you need? We'll help you out. You know, and that's great that they, you know, took care of that homeless person, brought them to a table, fed them, gave them, you know, stuff to drink, sweet tea, and took care of them, and, you know, brought them in as a family member. That's absolutely amazing. You know,
they sat down with them. You know, it's not like they just kind of popped them at a table and walked off. They sat down with them and talked and fed, and it's like, man, that's just beautiful. Just a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Just, you know, kind of restores your faith and hope in humanity. Just when you see strangers just getting together, just to help someone in need.
Absolutely. And you know, I got a buddy of mine who runs a bike. It's It's a veteran bike rally that we do up here in Massachusetts, which is called the Boston Wounded Vet Run. It's been going on now for 14 years. And we have he has these bikers, and I've been going to it for the last probably 10 years of it, maybe 11. And I kid you not, he's had probably onwards from 5,000 upwards to, I think, 10 or 11,000 bikers show up.
Wow.
And shut down Boston completely.
Wow. That's amazing.
Dude, it is. And he's raised millions of dollars for veterans.
I would love to see that one day.
Dude,
hopefully I can fly up there and
you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to, and I'll get you.
Amazing.
We'll get you taken care of up here and get you around up there because, again, it's crazy. My buddy, who they call him the Saluting Marine, check him out, Tim Chambers. Some time. He's been doing it for 20-something years, saluting at the Rolling Thunder ride in Washington, D.C. And he would hold a salute.
Tim Chambers?
Tim Chambers, yep. Or you can look him up also as under the Saluting Marine.
Okay.
And he holds a salute the whole time as the bikers drive by him. The whole time.
Wow.
And they had I remember one year it was like over 500,000 bikers.
Wow.
Yeah. And that shuts down DC every year. Now it's called Rolling to Remember.
Okay. Man.
But
beautiful.
We were just at a event this past weekend called what was it? Medic Now Foundation. It was a comedy night. And he came up here, and my wife and I went as his guests, and it was great. It was a great event. Great money. That was a lot of good money that was raised. All the money that was raised was put towards for the organization, which is called Medic Now. If you served in the military under honorable conditions, you have a medical bill. They believe that you should not pay a dime of that. They will pay for it.
Beautiful.
Gary Sandini Foundation. They had a representative there that checked that out, which is the guy that plays Lieutenant Dan in the Forrest Gump.
Okay.
He had a individual there to represent them, which that was good, and that was a big turnout. Comedians were off the wall, individuals. So it was definitely a great event, and a lot of money raised. So overall, it's good for another good cause, and So I know you. I want to get back over to you as well, but you have an event coming up on November 9th. You want to tell us a little bit about that? That's coming up.
I have two shows coming up this weekend at Balance's Brewing Company and Big Axe Grill. So I have back-to-back shows. I love going out and playing for anyone really that will listen. I just love it. I play these old songs that you don't really hear too much and live. So I had a strange thing happen. I underwent 23 medical procedures called a functional cranial release, and they were trying to help my brain and my spinal cord. So they take, this isn't a joke, it was quite horrible, but they take a medical grade balloon and they put it up through your nose and your sinus cavities, and then on the other end is an air canister, and that balloon inflates the side of your skull.
Yeah.
And they go to the right side and left side. People in like mixed martial arts and anyone who's doing a lot of fighting, it helps. If you've had a lot of concussions and stuff. Well, I did 23 of those. I needed about 30 more, but it's ungodly horrible. But it moved. It did help in a lot of cases. I was having close to about 20 ice pick headaches a day, and that was just brutal. But after this, it's extremely rare that I have an ice pick headache or bad migraine like that. But what I didn't realize it was going to change my voice forever.
Yeah.
It changed the base of my nose. My ears were bleeding. My nose was bleeding sometimes. But my voice started getting deeper and deeper and deeper. This is 2018, 2019, something like that. And then, so it's really interesting because if I listen to myself now, I sound completely different than I used to.
Yeah.
But, so I was trying to figure out what I sound like, and I really have Joy Williams to thank. She's an amazing songwriter, but she has a song called Canary. So I started singing along with her, trying to find out what I sound like now that the voice has changed. And this voice came out, and I just started singing with it. And a lot of people said it's kind of a mix of Johnny Cash, and that's unintentional. That's just what I decided to start rolling with because a lot of people said it sounded familiar. So that gave me, further drive to go out there and sing these old songs because a lot of people were saying, hey, they started calling me the ghost of Johnny Cash, which is very flattering because I don't even think I, should be compared to his ghost. That man's just absolute legend. But yeah, a lot of people were enjoying it. So I just started, thinking, well, nursing homes, I'm sure would, and memory care facilities, these old Western songs and the outlaw country, I can go in there and sing that. And so it's really taken, it was a bad situation that happened, with all the procedures and my voice changing. But I took that negative situation and turned it into a positive, because if I hadn't had those procedures, I wouldn't be singing like I am now because my voice, the register is completely different. I have a higher end and a lower end. I kind of think of it as an old community bicycle, right? It has a high gear and a completely low gear, but everything else in the middle is broken. Yeah. So yeah, I just started using it to my advantage, instead of looking at it as a negative, and it's really helped a bunch of places.
Nice. I mean, that's
situations.
That's I mean, it's good in an aspect, and then it's like it's not what you were intending to doing, but
right.
But in the same token, it's like it's kind of working out in your favor, which is really good.
Yeah, it sure is.
And is that changing more the, like, I wouldn't say changing the music that you're doing, but is it changing a lot of the music that you are singing, or any songs that you are writing? Is it changing that whole aspect of it, or is it more you're staying on the same kind of wave that you're normally doing, but it's just the voice is just changing?
Yeah. So I really only started. I was just doing covers back in 2020, thereabouts. But these songs started coming to me, and it's strange because, the idea of the muse has been around for hundreds, thousands of years, whatever medium the artist is working with.
Yeah.
It's just kind of given to them and kind of downloaded. So all of these songs, I've written 93 songs in roughly 3 years, thereabouts. But I call myself a song stenographer. Those old court reporters typing frantically as the judge is talking. So that's kind of the way it is with me. I haven't written an actual song. It's all been given to me. And so, if it would be in a dream or I'll just be walking through the house, uh, sometimes at 3 o'clock in the morning, I have to hobble out to the garage, which is the makeshift studio, right at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just kind of start humming whatever this tune is, this melody, and then the lyrics follow soon after. Songs usually take about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to write, and I don't even know what the song is about till it's finished.
Yeah.
And so, and I'd like to encourage people that anyone could be a songwriter. It sounds strange, but I truly believe it. It's not about so much as creativity or talent. It's tuning your ear to be able to hear. Maybe it's a voice within, or if someone believes in a higher power. Um, but I kind of equate it to listening to a conversation through a wall, or maybe if you're in a pool, hearing someone on the surface. That's kind of what it sounds like. But the more you tune your ear into, maybe into yourself or to the other side, kind of people say it's woo woo, but it's the truth of the matter of these are some fantastic songs, but it's not because I wrote it. I'm just extremely grateful for whoever's given them to me, that I can present them on the other side. And it's just been really profound, just an incredible, just the way that this has all come together. Because I never set off to do this.
Yeah.
I never had an idea or a vision to be out in front of people and singing. And then, trying to get out of COVID and into singing, it's in a relatively short time. I've gone to playing for about 10, 12 people to be on the stage at the Lone Star Rally. And I just played a music festival. So it's been just an incredible blessing that this has happened, and that I'm able to support my family now through music. I was working at an architecture firm, but that slowed down so much that there wasn't any work for me anymore. So I've turned to music as a way to generate income for my family, and it's worked out incredibly well. So I'm just extremely grateful for people like yourself who are interested in what I'm doing, and people who have come along and have taken a listen to my album, taken a listen to my music, invited me out to play. It's just been an incredible journey.
No, absolutely, and that's again, it's great to be able to talk to you and be able to help you promote yourself, because again, it's about all of us just getting together as Americans, and being kind to one another, and enjoying each other's company, and to get to know all of us and be able to get to know each other.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, it's about us as Americans, getting together. And like I say, even regarding the organization, nonprofits, like, bridging the gap between, all the different organizations. And, if I can't do something in my organization, I can say, hey, over here at this other organization, they're able to do it. Because that's what they have. That's what they focus on. But I can bridge that gap by saying, hey, this is this other organization. And we're just doing our part. As a organization, but also as individuals, we're doing our part by helping each other. And that's why it's great to have people that are in the organization here with us, that we all have our own focus on different things, and it's just nice to be able to talk to one another of each other, and be able to run things by one another and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm doing, and stuff. And it's just it's another way for us to be bonded together, and be able to get back to both like as us veterans, we try to we get into the civilian world and the civilian back into the civilian life. We're trying to figure things out.
Right.
And one of the biggest things that we've always done as being in the service is we always kind of like took on music because that's what kind of was like our whole Zen to our Zane type deal, and it was our relaxation. So we kind of enjoyed that, and that's why a lot of music artists that we bring on, it's like you guys have a part to the veteran organizations because you guys give back to us and support us, and that's why we want to be able to support you as a local artist and be able to promote you guys because you're helping us by supporting us and doing these events. And let alone that, it's like you guys also do so much for as you were saying, even the nursing homes, and taking that time during COVID and be able to give back to them, even though you were in your need of time of working on your stuff that you were going through, but you were giving back to these people, these individuals in nursing homes, which a lot of those individuals that are in the nursing home are more than likely veterans as well. And,
they are, yes.
It's amazing that you're doing that and helping them out, by continuing lifting their spirits by performing for them.
Yes. Not long ago, I played for a World War II veteran celebrating her 100th birthday. Play free birthday show every nursing home, and yes, 100 years, and seeing pictures from her service in World War II, and it's just incredible for me as a musician to give back in any way. I'm just singing with a guitar, but for that to be able to help someone in some way, it means a lot. That I'm even able to do this. So
yeah, and that's good. That's what you're doing something by doing what you enjoy doing, and you're giving back to these those veterans like that by playing for them, which in return it's amazing because again you're doing what you love doing, we do what we love doing, and that's being on the podcast, helping veterans with whatever stuff's going on, and we're just doing our part as Americans.
Right.
So we are getting close to the end of the episode tonight. I want to definitely tell you thank you for coming on and spending the time with us and taking some time out of your day here on a Wednesday, be able to talk to us, and definitely want to give a big shout out to all of the veterans tonight. As Veterans Day has come and gone, 11 on the 11th month of the 11th day on the 11th hour. We want to say thank you for your service, and thank you for signing up and doing what you wanted to do, and giving up and including your life for this country. And we want to say thank you for doing that and serving this country.
Absolutely.
So with that being said and everything, Tucker, I want to say thank you again for coming on this evening.
Thank you, Doug.
You're very welcome, and we definitely will look forward to having you back on again in 2025.
For sure.
Absolutely, and be able to see where everything's going. But I'm gonna have Beavis and Butthead take it over. Tell them what they can tell us what they think. So thank you, and good night, everybody.
Thanks, Sid. Thank y'all for listening.
Yes.
Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah. Shut up!
You suck!
Stop, in the name of all that which does not suck.
Thanks for watching Fubar Studios Veteran Reinforcement. Please make sure to check out the Fubar Studios on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and visit the website at fubarstudio.com. Fubar Studios is a Sinista1 Production.